Hey guys, what's going on? I just want to make a video sort of chatting and talking about custom songs. That's something that I do. A lot of people don't know this, but I actually write music for people. That's like most of my job, actually. About half the songs I write are custom songs for people. And basically what people do is they'll usually email me or they'll find me on Facebook or whatever, and they'll just tell me like, oh, I want a deathcore song. And then I literally just write them the song and just give it to them. And I mix it and master it and produce it myself. So if any of you guys are interested in that, if you are a vocalist and you really want to make your own music and work with me, you can do that. Just go to the description and fill out the form, and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Also, only serious inquiries too. Like some people are like, I want free music, like MUZIK, free music. And I'm like, that's usually, I don't have time. Like my pricing is super like fair, I think. And I literally can't go lower. I do 2 songs a day right now. So if I went any lower than that, okay, Jacob, we're going to go even lower. Time to do 3 songs a day. Because if I went lower, all that means is I would just have more work, because that means more people can afford it. And so then I would be doing 3 songs a day. So like no more eating for you, Jacob. No more lunch. You need to make a song instead. No sleeping. You're going to have to make some like night core or something, like sleep core. I don't know. I'm trying to be funny. But you guys get the point. Like, so anyways, like long story short, that's just something I want to talk about, because it's kind of funny that I have this audience. I post all this music and I never talk about this. And a lot of you guys probably just don't even know it's a thing. And if I was a vocalist, that's exactly what I would want to do. I'd want to work with someone who can literally just like guide me, right, to like creating killer music. So anyways, enough talking about that. I just want to quickly talk about that really quick. Another thing I want to talk about is I've been working on a solo album, and it's coming out. I'm super proud of it. I think it sounds really cool. And basically my goal for the solo album was to make every single song beat Digital Haze. And if it doesn't beat Digital Haze, it's not making the album. It's not making the cut. And I know it sounds funny. Like, what does beat even mean? I just mean like I wanted it to surpass Digital Haze in terms of catchiness, in terms of riffs, in terms of production. And I'm 9 songs in right now, and every single one of them does, I think. And I created that song, and a lot of people liked it, and I really enjoyed writing it. And so I just decided to make 9 more. And I think I'm going to do 12. And yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to drop them right now. I mean, I think I'm going to do a music video for each song, but we're just going to see, because, and like lyric videos, an actual music video is expensive, but I'm trying to think of a way to do an actual music video where I'm dancing around and all that crap. I just don't really, first of all, it's expensive, and also it's hard to find someone who's good at it and who knows what they're doing. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. But I may end up just DIYing that too, like everything else, right? That's pretty much like the story of my life. Maybe it'll just be me in my basement with like a light bulb like dangling or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I've listened to the song so many times. My family has listened to them so many times. I'm sure they're like really sick of them, but they're at least pretending that they really like them. And yeah, I think it's definitely the best thing I've ever made. I think 100% is the best thing I've ever made, like ever in my whole career. And I really stepped up the game with the vocals, and the production is so much better than like Digital Haze. Basically, screw Digital Haze. I'm just kidding. No, I actually love that song, but yeah, that was the bar, and I just wanted to try and beat that if possible, just as like a contest with myself. And I did it, so I'm really happy. But yeah, I think the first song is called Enemy Within, and I'm probably going to drop that one really soon. I'm just trying to figure out like the artwork for it, because artwork is so important. Like that's something that a lot of people don't realize, is no one knows how a song sounds until they click on it. So the only way they can judge how it sounds is by what it looks like the artwork. So if the art is cool, that's the difference between a song that is doing extremely well and a song that's not doing well, because people actually clicked on the one that was doing well. The only like thing to differentiate them was the visual. Just thumbnails. It's just YouTube in general. That's what happens when you make a living posting to YouTube. You just have to play thumbnail and algorithm and all that garbage. But so yeah, that will be coming out. I think I'm going to space out each song by like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And I'm just going to go bam, 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 just drop them. In terms of how they sound, they all kind of sound like Linkin Park, Korn, but there's definitely a lot of different influences in there. And I'd honestly say it's modern metal, but there's just like a touch of new metal too as well. It's new metal, it's modern metal, it's metalcore. There's some really cool like thrashy riffs in there. It's everything. If you like my channel, you're gonna pretty much, I think most of you guys will like it. So yeah, gonna be dropping those. And one more thing about that, I've posted to YouTube. I've posted royalty-free tracks to YouTube for years now. And this whole time I could have been touring, I could have been in a band, I could have been doing so many other things. And I did this because I love doing this. It's so much fun. It brings in consistent revenue for my family, which is the only reason why I care about revenue, is for my family. I literally don't even care about money at all. And it's something that I can just have creative freedom with. Oh, I had to crack my back. And that's why I did this. That's why I started doing this. And where am I going with this? Oh God, ADHD, please stop. Making music. And this whole time I could have been doing other stuff. And this is, okay, I remember what I was going to say. This is my shot, basically, to try and see if I can break through more as an actual artist, which is pretty much impossible. Like, if you guys go to like Kick-Ass Metal, the Spotify playlist, or any new NEW, new metal playlists that are out. Good luck finding a lot of bands that came out in the past year. Good luck. Pretty much it's all like Metallica and Motionless in White and all these bands that have been around for decades, or a decade, or even 5 years, like Spirit Box or whatever. I mean, they might have been around longer, but you know what I'm saying. Good luck finding anyone that's from this era. It's very tough to break through, like, and be heard. And I don't give a crap about fame. I don't care about any of that stuff. I just don't want some of my best songs. Like, I don't want to go my whole life with people not hearing a lot of my songs, because I'm really proud of them. And I think a lot of them are good and I really enjoy them. And I think that it's kind of sad that I don't want to look back when I'm 50 and be like, yeah, I made great music. I made a living. I had a lot of fun, but no one even knows it existed. And okay, that's sad. And you guys are someone, so I'm not trying to downplay you guys at all. What I'm trying to say is like the overall mainstream audience, like the Nick Nocturnal audience, whatever, that kind of stuff. Like just the bigger waters. I don't know. You get the point I'm trying to say. And so extremely long story short, my goal with these songs is to just maybe break through with that. And we'll see what happens. I'll try my best. They're all going to get videos. They're all going to be spaced out. I'm going to promote the crap out of them. I may try doing ads with them. I'll just try and we'll see. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole album story. And then other than that, I want to do a vocal contest soon. I'm not sure when, but we're going to do one soon, because it's a lot of fun for me. And it's a lot of fun for you guys. And it's also good for the community, just to have a sense of community instead of just, here's a song and you guys are like, is this person an AI? I don't even know what's going on. Like, here's another one. Like, I don't know. I think doing more community-based things would be awesome. My issue now is time, because of my dad now. I have a daughter. She's 16 months old, and I'm making music or I'm hanging out with her. That's it. That's all I do. Like, I don't have any friends. I just make music or I hang out with her. Those are my two options in life. And occasionally play video games for like an hour. And so that's why I don't do a lot of extra stuff now, because it's just trying to get through is how it feels. And yeah, like with the channel, I have felt a little bit burnt out lately, a little bit. And it kind of comes and it goes. Like, I'll feel burnt out, and then the next song I write, I'm like, oh, that was so sick. I had so much fun making that song. And then I feel a little burnt out again. It's like that. That's kind of what it's like. But in the past, like a year or two ago, it was very fresh still, and I had a lot of ideas. Like, I had a lot of different new ideas, but now it's like every time I write something, it's like, I've definitely done that before. Sometimes how it feels a lot of times. And I'm just like, I've created, let's do the math, 200 songs times 4, and then everything before that. So over 1,000 songs, 100%. I think the royalty-free tracks are approaching 800, but over 1,000 songs in general on my channel. And then if you want to figure out how many I've done in total, you multiply that by 2. But yeah, so it would probably be 800 times 2. So it's like 1,000 plus like 600, 700, maybe even plus 800, something like that. And that's because of all the custom songs I do, because I actually do more custom songs now than I do YouTube songs. A typical day for me is literally waking up, hanging out with my daughter, and then writing a song, and then going for a walk, and then plotting my next song. And that's literally all my, like, it's just writing. And I love it. I'm definitely addicted to it. I love it. But it comes with a price, which is sometimes just being like, I've literally wrote this riff 15 times. It's how it feels. And I think out of all the songs I've done, I think I've done a really good job not ripping myself off. Like, there's very few songs where you can be like, okay, that's definitely that riff. It's very rare, super rare, but sometimes I feel like that. And a lot of times I just won't use the riff or the melody, but sometimes I'll just be like, screw it, I'm just going to use it. Like, I have to not be so hard on myself, because I'm, like I said, 1,000 songs in, roughly. Like, why would I be hard on myself? Everything I've done, you guys know my style. Like, if I don't need to make my best song ever. Like, that's not my goal anymore. It's just to write and have fun. You know, you can go back through all these past few years and look if you want to hear like super catchy melodies and super catchy this and really, you know, but I think going forward, I need to focus a lot more on experimentation, a lot more, because I need to for myself, because it's exhausting to just be like heavy riff and then slower verse riff and then pick it up a little bit and then hit him with a chorus and then do a melody that's kind of like a vocal melody, but do it on the guitar. I've done that thousands of times. Like, and so my point is I need to change things up a lot. And I have been. I have a grunge song coming out soon. I'm going to be doing different eras and just really trying to change things up. It doesn't matter anymore if it's catchy. I don't even care. It just has to be fun to make. And usually it comes out. It will just kind of happen to come out good. A few months ago, I made a song called Revolt. You can check that out if you want. And I gave it away. It took me 20 minutes to write it. And I used my MIDI pack to write it. You guys can get that on my store if you want to. But it's a... basically, they're just like these drum loops that you can drop into like Easy Drummer or any kind of software like that. I used it. I just dropped them all in, and I literally pretty much improvised it. Like, I did it so fast that there's some riffs where I had a better idea, but I was going so quick that I just like left it the way it was. And I just like literally there's a riff in the middle of that song where all the notes are right next to each other, because I was like moving so quickly that I didn't even have time to like think of like an actual scale. So it's just all chromatic. So my point is, I made this song. I didn't like do anything. I just kind of crapped it out. I posted it, and that song is now beating an entire album's worth of songs below it in the algorithm, like in terms of views. And what that showed me is how much it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. I just write and post it. And that's what I'm starting to realize. And it's actually really liberating. It's extremely liberating. And I think that when I really let go of trying to make the perfect song and trying to be perfect, I think I'm going to make the best music I've ever made. I really think I will. And I can feel it coming. I can feel myself pretty soon just being like, I'm done caring. And not in a bad way. I actually think it's going to be good. Because I'd say a year ago, I was very tightly holding on to trying to make everything perfect with my songs. I was very tightly holding on to the best melody, the best chorus, whatever. And over the course of a year, I've just kind of slowly loosened my grip. And now I'm kind of just like, the way I feel is I'm like, I've done good melodies. I've done good riffs, hundreds, like probably hundreds of them. I don't care anymore. Like, let's just write. So yeah. I know I've kind of said the same thing like 20 times. I tend to do that, but it's been a wild ride. It is a lot of fun. I'm not trying to complain. I'm so lucky to do this. Like, it feels like a fever dream or something. It's crazy that I'm able to do this. So lucky. Like, let me just take a moment and just like bask in that. Because if you don't remember that, life goes, like, first you're ungrateful, which sucks, but also life just goes by and you spend the whole thing being ungrateful. And I'm not going to do that. So I'm so grateful for this, for doing this. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, I mean, becoming a dad and all that stuff, man, that is 100% the hardest thing I've ever, like, writing all of those songs pales in comparison to trying to be a good parent. There's a difference between being a parent and being a good one and trying to be a good one. And that's a million times harder. And so obviously that's made things slow down. And actually, you know what? It actually really didn't make things slow down. It made me write quicker because I had less time. I have less time to go in and like pick it apart. But I actually have more drive because now I have the weight of my entire family like on my back. And I'm just like, So it's actually a good thing because if it just gave me even more drive and even more passion. And I'm not used to talking in front of the camera because it's been probably like almost a year, but I just thought it would be a cool video to make, venting. You guys can ask me any questions, say anything in the comments that you want, and I'll respond. And yeah, I think that's it. We're at 18 minutes, so I'm going to call it. Actually, no, I'm not going to call it. Let's talk more. This album that's coming out right now, I think Dystopian Spiral just came out. I had a lot of fun making this one, and I think the production leveled up a lot on this one. I've been really going so hard on the production side and the mixing side of things. I've just been going all out on that side of things, trying to figure out like how much better can I try to make the mixes? That's what I think in my head. Like how many more percentages, like how much percentage better can I try to make it just for fun and just to push myself and see. And so that's been a thing lately. Let me actually take a look at this album. We'll see what else is going to come out. I'll give you guys a little, if you've made it 19 minutes in, I'll give you guys a little, like, what's it called? Teaser, I guess. Not this one. That one just came out. It was July. Where's the July album? Oh, it's right here. So we got a hard rock song, a deathcore song. Funny story about that deathcore song. YouTube flagged it when I first posted it. Obviously it's privated, but when I first got it scheduled, YouTube flagged it, and I was like, what's going on? And I looked, and it said that I was ripping off a Suicide Silence song, Hands of a Killer, and I was like, so super confused because I didn't even reference them. I don't even think it sounds anything like them, but like the rhythm was just kind of similar. It was but there was a few notes changed, and I just went in and I changed it because I was like, this is weird, and I don't want people to think I'm ripping them off because the song literally doesn't even sound like them. It was more like a Slaughter to Prevail type of a song. But yeah, so Endless Decay. Painkiller is coming out. That one's kind of like Pulse, is similar. Strength in Numbers is coming out. That's a melodic metal song. I work with my friend on that one. He did the drums, or he helped me with the drums. And then I have Follow, which is coming out, which is a melodic rock song where I actually am really happy about that one. I wrote that and it was raining and it was like all depressing outside, and I was like crying into my guitar, and there's like tears like soaked into my guitar and shit. It's like super dramatic and emotional. So there's actually acoustics. There's a whole acoustic song playing along with it, buried in the mix. Like 12 acoustic guitars just to give it like more ambience and more emotion. So that song's coming out, and then 0 Point's coming out, which is like a Polaris style metalcore song. It was inspired by the new Polaris, their metalcore band, their new songs. I actually have to go in and turn down the bass though. It's too high and it was just annoying me. So I'm going to have to fix that. And then I'm going to get that one scheduled. And then we have Intolerance, which is a groove metal song. And then Never Ending, which is a Code Orange style hardcore, metalcore, whatever song, which is really happy about that one. And I use AI to generate like a wolf artwork for it, kind of like Beast. I wanted to do it similar to my song Beast, but I gave it like a creepy, demonic, zombified version of that artwork. And it's really cool. So that's happening. And then I have this new album, which I don't have titles for, but maybe you guys, if you have title ideas, you can put them in the comments if you want to. And if they're good, I'll totally use it. It's a okay, so this first song, I have no idea what the genre is. It's like a deathcore, metalcore. I don't know. All I know is I wanted it to sound like After the Burial, their first couple albums, and I want it to sound like Veil of Maya, their first few albums, because I love that era of deathcore. It's like technical, progressive deathcore, metalcore stuff, genty stuff. Like 2009 to 2012, maybe, yeah, like around that time. And I wanted to create a song like that, and I did, and it was fun. I don't have a title for it though, so if you guys have any title ideas, drop them. And then I have just a full-on normal metal instrumental coming out, just to like, because like sometimes what I like to do is I like to do a couple weird ones or a couple different ones, and then go back to something that sounds a lot like my normal sound. And I like to just kind of bounce in between. So I have that metal instrumental coming out, cool riffs on that one, and that one has a catchy chorus. Has a really catchy chorus. And then we have a melodic metal song, which is kind of another one that's just kind of my sound. And then we have a grunge song, which is based off of Nirvana. Breed was kind of the influence, but just Nevermind in general, and a little bit of Foo Fighters. And then I'd say it's a little heavier than Nirvana, because I have a hard time not making things heavier. It's like a disease or something. I just progressively make things heavier. It's like music obesity or something. I don't know. But if I, like, a lot of times I'm like, oh, it's a hard rock song. And you guys are like, oh, that's metal. That's not hard rock. And it's because, like, I have a hard time not making it heavier. And I will, it just accidentally happens, because I'll have a riff that I'm like, oh, it's a little bit too heavy for hard rock, but I need to use it. I'm not going to not use the riff. You know, and that's another thing, like genres just don't matter. Like I label things by genre because it makes it easier, but the genres are not supposed to be like hard lines. They're supposed to be like blurry lines that I can kind of come in and out of if I need to. I'd rather have a good song than a song that's perfectly in a genre. So that's how I see that. So anyways, we have that grunge song, no title yet, but I'm really happy with that one. It was actually based off of a demo I did with vocals, but I'd cut out the vocals and I just made it instrumental. I tried to give it that kind of crappy old production to, not crappy, but it's a little bit harsh. I referenced Nevermind and I was like, wow, that's a lot of 4K. Just blast it. So, and then after that, we have a Linkin Park style song coming out, which my friend mastered for me. It sounds really good, and it has a catchy chorus, and yeah. So this album, the funny thing is I started out this new one that I'm talking about right now, not the one with the Code Orange and all that. That's a whole separate album. I started this new one with the mentality of I'm burnt out and I'm just really done caring. Like, I just need a break and I'm just going to have fun. And I started by like, it starts off a little bit. It's like the first song is decent and it's good. And then it kind of ramps up. And now it's like, there's a couple really good songs on it. And that's just what happens. So really happy about it. Those will be out probably like, I don't even know, probably a month from now. And yeah, so I'm definitely going to cut the video now. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble. I finally got used to talking on the camera again, and now I have to leave. It's okay. Maybe I'll do like a live stream sometime. I've said that probably 15 times, but it would be fun to do that. I just have to like, I don't really get social anxiety, but I'm introverted, extremely introverted. So once I get going, I'm good, but it's hard to get going. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll check you out later. I'll talk to you later.